You know, IDP on top KFN 2.7 with Tandagli from the Auchi Expressway for in a bypass. And then we transmit from under the Ogmoge program will come every Tuesday. We get two segments. One BDC half hour, then we still get Motivational Tuesday. But we're done already now, and one first of all go into the BEDC half hour on top of this program where you know as Radio Tori. Will come your way every Mondays to Fridays. Yes, now your country brother I was a good time and day behind the microphone this afternoon. I deal with my brother from another mother, Nusakare Owadia, and we get her for inside the Godi Tamba, Mrs. Gloria from the EDC. Now she now will discuss with us today how far the matter will concern like they go, the updates and many things you say we want to talk for inside this program. But before we put hand for inside the matter, make I first greet Mother Gloria and as well as my colleague, because they say if you don't greet the door, you don't go feel greet the owner of the house. That's what the mother just greet. Mother Gloria, I salute to this afternoon.
I don't even see because you don't pay. Okay, also I salute this afternoon as we just talk and before I don't really tell where you come to show. Now I can merit and they anchor this show with us. Even the SAS cars said yes,
just the work money for fun, so everybody they cut
I know. And last week so you can't switch my belly because last week show now all female show. Now Orlando come anchor the program.
What a woman can do.
Oh yes, a woman can do is very better than the man. So we want to raise salute, give all our customers anywhere they listen to us. You dey from house, you dey inside your car, anywhere at all for Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ekiti, even online too. Some people still they listen to us online. We say good afternoon to all of you because now make us day for BEDC because the customers will not fit operate. After they talk as they talk last week, customer na the key. And I be king too for every business. So this afternoon we throw a big salute, give all of them waiting for us, they listen to us. Now BEDC half hour now we carry come today to give an update as it be for BEDC matter. Oga Musa, I also to raise salute, especially as my full house today. Yes, so now that merit we never see. So if we dey for road, they come, we still to raise salute give them.
Alright, before we begin that matter, we carry us call because the same applause we carry presidential but then fell for us. No, sir, my brother, I salute you and I welcome you to the show.
Okay, sir, good afternoon. Madam, good afternoon. Our people for house or in the vehicle, wherever you do, they listen to this program. Good afternoon. Today na BEDC matter.
Alright, look we attend the matter. And to start with, Madam Gloria, I would like to give us power supply updates from the states BEDC. The cover from Edo State and other states as well.
Thank you, Oga Iyosa, for this one way you talk to make I give you update. As we talk and we say for this program first, we talk as light matter be for the whole federation, waiting with the call generation update as it be for the whole country, not the only where BEDC they cover. So today we want to talk as it be for the country for the past 4 days. We will start with Saturday, where the 10th of October 2020, total generation for the country are 4,413.22 megawatts. And BEDC allocation, the one where we take summer the first stage soon, now 397.16 megawatts. Sunday, with the 11th of October 2020, total generation are 4,408.46 megawatts. And BEDC allocation can be 396.76 megawatts. Yesterday will be Monday, now still the same thing with Sunday, now we get for the whole federation, now 4,408.46 megawatts, and BEDC allocation can be 396.76 megawatts. Today will be Tuesday, the total generation still remain the same, now 4,408.46 megawatts, and BEDC allocation still remain 396.76 megawatts. This 396.76 megawatts soon. Now we take the summer, the first states where we cover will be Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ekiti. And as we talk and say, For the total generation, and 9% of the total generation now they give BEDC. Now that 9%, so now they cost 90 BEDC allocation. So out of the 4,408.6 megawatt, the 9% of it now 396.76 megawatt. Now they give BEDC to take share for the 4 states where we they cover. Ordinarily, this one where they give us so, you know, even reach only Edo state. But as we they talk and say, now gradually, now total generation will improve for the country. And the power sector now value chain. If they not generate, there is no how the disco go distribute. So now waiting they generate, give us, now we go distribute. The power sector value chain now generation, transmission, and distribution. The distribution will be this now we they relate with the customers. So now with the customers know. But we they talk and most and say for the power sector to get to where all of us expect, all the different sectors in the value chain go improve. So as we they talk and for this program, if you no get light when you bear with us, now gradually Rome was not built in a day. But the good news we say the small one where they give us so we don't get any major breakdown for our feeders. All our major feeders they on. Except maybe for locations, maybe we get individual problem. Maybe the transformer they overloaded, or the transformer they faulty, or maybe some small tripping. But all our major feeders, both 33 and 11, they on and they are working.
All right, now the first one with that, and you don't give them our listeners updates concerning how the power supply they go around. Even for me, some areas we say. Normally they give them 3 hours and on and off, but inside weekend I still see some areas we say light still for over 6-7 hours and all that. So as possible, maybe gradually things go feel improve and if they go that kind of 4 hours.
You know, since we begin this service-based tariff, power don't really improve. We don't even get testimonials from our customers say yes. Power don't really improve for their locations. You get some locations where they get 24-hour power supply. You get some where they get 18. You get some where they get 12. You get the small ones, the people where they ban.
The least at least 3 hours.
8 hours. No, we know they give 3 hours.
For food day at least there's 9 hours.
Minimum what would they give now 6 hours. But except a day, except maybe for that area they get small fault. Maybe they don't come get on like maybe 3 to 4 hours, but we know they give 3 hours. Our minimum hour of supply is 6 hours.
Okay, look, I could ask you this one. This one, a cocoa one way concern everybody. I know say everybody go open here now. We won't hear and this matter will concern implementation for tariff. Federal government say they could suspend the tariff. I don't know whether I don't stop her. Suspend her for now. Even our own bill they bring this month, so the tariff still there. Waiting happen. No obey
the current one.
Yes, this current one. No obey waiting government talk we can do. Waiting the position. Madam Gloria.
All right, thank you very much, Oganusa, for this one where you asked me so. But waiting shock me to say. You thought say your bill still high.
Yes, the
tariff still high. Because why I say it really shocked me because even last week we talked and here say we implemented the suspension when they give us before, where the 2-week suspension, and NEC come bring out the order telling the districts to obey it. The way to make it be like say your tariff still big as we talk. You know, say for that September the implementation start on the 28th. So for that September, now new tariff they still BU. Now only 3 days for that September, now we take the old tariff, take BU. So that 3 days we take BU, we give credit adjustment. If they get bill, if you check down your bill, you will see them. Then for October, where we did, so from the 1st to 11th of October, we still retain the old tariff, even for our vending customers. But the federal government don't talk say now. So that suspension when they talk say before now 2 weeks, say they extend that reach by 1 week, reach 3 weeks. Okay. That means totally now 3 weeks suspension now with this. So they extended them by 1 week, say maybe we still carry on so that they will finish the negotiation where they get with Nigeria Labour Congress and all the parties. So as it be this day so among the other discourse for the whole federation, they don't still obey that NEC order. So our customers can still vend based on the old rate wey dey as at August 31st. So up till now, we are still maintaining the old tariff, pending when this 1 week will expire, and we can come here from NEC, because like we dey talk am here, the discos no get power on their own to increase tariff or to change tariff or to reduce tariff, any language wey you use am. So or anything wey concern tariff, you must get order for NEC on the implementation. So for now, our regulator will be NEC don talk say for 1 week may we still maintain the old tariff. But good news still dey for our customers, because the federal government don dey talk and say they don see as things still be for the whole federation. Part of the things wey they dey discuss with labour be how they go subsidize the power for now from October to December. So they thought say they will subsidize am with, I think, 10 naira 30 something kobo per kilowatt hour. So those ones now the thing wey they talk put with labour, and they also talk of, because labour they talk of mass metering for customers. And you know, so part of the things wey make this service-based tariff they implemented, wetin make us start and be saying we must meter our customers. If you want to be your customer, you must be the customer on either meter reading or the capping of estimated billing. So metering of customers dey for forefront for this service-based tariff. And labour dey talk say for this service-based tariff one dey talk, so meter too dey very, very important. Una must meter all the customers, and federal government also don look into the matter. So say for this tariff, you also join the discos, assist them for metering. So federal government they propose to bring out 6 million meters wey they will give to customers. But now all these things now dey the negotiation table when government they discuss with labour. So when they do the discussion finish, I shall say the directive and the order for implementation go dey very, very clear. But for our customers, our map exercise still they go on. Our map exercise now wetin we dey call meter access providers. And the good news be say not be the one where they say now for strategic locations, maybe now only for GRA. No, the map now exercise don't go around across all the business units. So anywhere where you get you need meter, just waka go our business district where they near to you. They will put you through the process of acquiring a meter, because BEDC you get for forefront for waiting concern meter matter. And I want to announce say since the inception of privatization, BEDC now the conference when they come to metering of customers, we never go beyond second. We did first before we come to second. We don't also go back to our former position. So we are appealing to our customers, say, may they take this opportunity, go meet our business unit officers, make them ask for meter. Another thing when come to us, because we get updates say they don't dey tiffy meter again. And the question be say, why person go dey thief meter when you no fit use? And you wey dey buy stolen meter, why you buy meter when you no fit use? When the meter window dey available, you fit go buy new meter when you fit use. And most times we discover say these stolen meters, they dey even sell them above the normal price. You get one wey come, we buy the meter for 120,000 naira. And yes, single face meter. So when anybody will come meet you, say meter no dey, no listen to the person, because meter dey. So I won't bring that news, can't give all of us now, say meter dey.
So just those who want get meter, yes. When you fear say okay, so, they had before,
yes,
meter easy now.
That means for every area.
Yes, for every area.
So if I want to get for Enyana, if you get.
Yes, if you
get for Azagbana, if you get.
Yes, you just waka, go the business unit. There are conditions for that metering. If you go to the business unit, they will give you the KYC form and all the necessary documents where you will fill. Then they will ensure say that area is now Zaba. They will enumerate the area. They will also ensure say the transformer way there for that location stay with meter and with fence and it meet all the safety standards. Once it meets all these standards, as I talk so, the next thing they say, once you fill the form, do all the necessary things, you pay for your meter. So not be the one where you will talk say no Nigeria, no. For now, we don't spread them to all the business districts. So it is open for all our customers.
Okay, madam, you know, say for every organization, they see sabi workers. Because this one will concern this tariff matter and waiting concern everybody. And people know they are people. because this one wey dey bring come our office so before we dey pay 38.11 percent tariff that we dey pay before 38.9. So this past month wey dey bring come so na 50.18. You talk say na 3 days and you increase am. You no fit tell me say that 3 days like that over 11% come enter. So no be 3 days. So make una go back. All those people wey dey do this deals, make una talk to them. Make dem revert am because they never implement am. From wetin dem bring come so.
No.
I sure say e go affect many people too like that too. So some sabi workers, I sure say na im dey do this work so.
Oga Nosa, may I explain this tariff matter give you? Because you notice increase for your bill. There are ways to calculate your bill to know whether they overbill you or they no overbill you.
For estimated billing.
No, yes.
Because for we with the back card now, we still get our own issue with the same.
We get meter.
And we say, well, like me now, me at the back card. But before the increase, 3,000 naira for instance will give you like almost 91 units. But when after the increase come now, 3,000 come give you like 57 units. So we can see the difference.
Let me really explain because this matter where Oga Nosa bring soon, na very important matter. So let me use that medium to explain to everybody. One thing wey we want to understand say this tariff wey we dey talk so na for band A, band B, and for band C, no be for everybody. Customers say they band D for band E. We still dey bill them on their old tariff because for now their tariff within dey frozen. We cannot increase it based on the not order wey may give us. Therefore, customers say they band A, band B, and band C, they get their unit where we they take bill them and it's there for the back of their bill. What you will do is say you times the number of the units where you consume by that unit price. When you times them like that, you'll get the amount where we take bill you. So if now overbilling, you'll know. If not be overbilling, you'll still know because this is how Oga Nosa they talk. So if you check that September where they talk and the new rate where they take bill, you'll know say for that September, I turn and say now only 3 days. Now we don't use the old tariff take bill. And the bill where you see so now for 1 month we know they did billing cycle by 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So we prepare our billing cycle by 1 month. So they don't use that new tariff take bill for 1 full month even before that order come. So by that tariff when they bill for that 1 full month, now the new tariff they take bill. But that if you check your bill, you will see where we do adjustment for that 3 days where they thought no we take the old bill, take bill because the next order said that what the suspension takes effect from 28th of September to the 11th of October. Where this 11th so now end of Friday they extend them by 1 week. So this bill where you they see so they take the new rate, take bill for that whole September. But if you check down your bill, you'll see credit adjustment for the 3 days when we take bill you so you have to subtract it for your bill and you pay. There is no how person will say oversabi staff. We don't get oversabi staff because the billing na central billing they do. Now waiting the soft system. You know nobody still they say oversabi. No, we do our bill centrally. And before we do our bill, it pass through a lot of processes. You get what they call gatekeeping. You'll pass through this desk, you'll pass through this desk, you'll pass through so many desks, you'll pass through auditors before you receive your bill. So you'll not be waiting person to just sit down and say, I not like Oga Nosa face, I'll just to wait bill, give up. No. Even this time where we dey talk, so as technology they improve, and so we too they update our system for BEDC. What we they do now, what we they call electronic billing, whereby the marketer or the RM will take in phone, capture your meter reading. Once you reach your house, it will snap your meter. As you snap your meter, so your transmitter direct to the system. The system will capture them as it be for your meter. Not be the one where they take right again. So all these things are put in place to ensure say the billing system is very, very accurate. But when you are in doubt, as Oga Nosa in that too, you can reach us to reach any of our offices where they close to you. We'll still explain them. If possible, show you the process because we believe in transparency. Even customer come in like you, where you get prepayment meter, you say internal talk say e be like say the meter dey run well. Now I tell am say just caution that customer, say make you no go tamper with the meter through bypassing. Maybe e dey run before you go get like maybe buy 2,000, you get, let me say 70 units. Now the 2,000 will get like 50 units for am. So maybe no notice am. You come with the 70 units where they get to the last 3 weeks. Maybe this one where you come by can't last like 2 weeks. Because we say the meter they run well. I can't tell the woman say there is increase in tariff for now they use for September. Maybe now make am notice say the meter they run. Say the meter is still good. There may be the change in tariff. Now make am feel say a quick finish. So issues like this, when you are in that, you are free to call us, we'll update you. And immediately I give that woman that explanation. He say yes, not true. I still tell her, say, but this October, from October 1st to 11th, now still the old rate. Now we take sell token to our customers. And NEC also extended it to another 7 days. That means to 17th of October. So we are still using the old rate to sell token or to bill our customers. So I beg anybody where they in doubt, just quietly reach us through any of our offices or also through our online platform and our phone numbers.
Okay.
You said the business units then go handle all and the headquarters then go handle.
The business units have the right to handle it because we have a decentralized customer care unit.
Okay. All right, now we don't calm me down now because I think say the same. Okay, that's to say the old amount for token or the old unit for the token. Now they don't go back to right now. That's to say people will don't first buy. Now when they are all finished, now they go buy again. They go back to that old one. I mean.
Yes, people will buy. When their credit finished, they still go back. They will still buy through the old rate.
Okay. All right. Now we get visits. We say House Committee with the carry good BEDC. That update on that House Committee visit to BEDC. You quickly give us update on that issue before we take safety. Then if you still get we could take maybe 1 or 2 calls or read the messages before we leave the good chamber.
All right. Thank you, Oga Musa.
Musa, no worry, fire down.
Yes, John. Yesterday, we get visitors for BEDC. And these visitors are very prominent visitors, very, very prominent one, not be anyhow visitors. Now, visitors will come from Abuja, our legislators, waiting for National Assembly. So the Power Committee waiting for House of Rep. They come BEDC, come pay waiting that they call oversight function. They want to know as we, the discourse, they perform and how the power sector they go. So they start with BEDC first. So yesterday we received them. They come see as we they work for BEDC. So they come as they come. The House Committee chairman will be Honorable Dan Asupo. Come to say part of the things where he noticed, we say there should be harmonization for the all the agencies where they regulate the power sector, like BPE and NEC. So maybe they do regulation where go protect the discourse commercial power, so that this contract soon will be very, very clear to everybody. Because it gets some regulations where come be like say, they in line with the privatization. So he said make they harmonize them, do them in such a way where it could be say the thing work for the benefit of everybody, both the discourse, the customers and the regulators, and also other members of the value chain. He said so that the discourse too will get power to do their business as they supposed to do. You can also praise BEDC, say BEDC don't try in terms of improvement. Say you don't see them for their network because they also go around. They give them presentation on the things where we don't do to improve power. And since BEDC come on board, we don't install a lot of transformers, upgraded injection substations, and also upgraded some of our lines. You can say we don't also try for waiting that they call capacity training. and youth employment. You know, so we dey get program where we dey call our graduate training program, and we come still join the technician training program. This program not to encourage youth wey dey across our franchise state of Edo, Delta, Ondo, Ekiti, and even others for the whole federation may they apply for the graduate training program. And this graduate training program don employ over 1,000 youths since BEDC came on board. And the beauty of this graduate training program be say now strictly on merit. You no need somebody to come work for BEDC. Just go online, apply, and they will invite you for the test. Once you pass the test, you pass the interview, you get the job. And we've been doing it every year, even as I'm talking now. If you go to our website, you are free to apply. So the honorable members can't really praise or say BEDC they try that one, because now human being now they drive the setup. If you not train these young ones, there will be no succession plan. And we know say part of the problem where we get before for power sector now lack of qualified personnel. So these ones, once they come from university, so we will train them both on what theory and practical basis. And this program now 1 year program to make sure say by the time they start the work, they get equipped with the necessary knowledge. They still praise BEDC, say BEDC don't try in terms of what engaging corpers for the whole federation. So BEDC now they engage the highest corpers for all the discos. BEDC don't also use more than or engage more than 700 corpers for the 4 states where we they cover. So they say that one na big help. Now BEDC they do in terms of reduction of unemployment and youth resting there. Say even say this one no be small milestone. Say they supposed to give BEDC award for this one. They come to us say another thing where they want to talk. They say maybe this is still they try to they improve for customer complaints. We can't show them our customer complaints mechanism. Say we still get them, but like I they talk for this program, I they appeal to our customers. Say when you get issues, try to ensure say you use our customer complaint channel. If you no feel waka go our office, you just call us through this number 080-3901-2323, or you may call them again so that you get the number 080-3901-2323. You can also reach us on our social media platforms at BEDCpower.com, whether na Twitter at BEDCpower.com, if not Facebook at BEDCpower.com. You fit still welcome enter our TCU offices, that is customer care offices. They will attend to you very, very well.
All right, we don't get all this updates quickly because time not day again. Now, we just take the last 200 safety tips for the day before we send out on the show this afternoon.
All right, safety tips for today now for the public. Last week I talked on safety tips wey concern our house, how we dey take use life for house and how it concern ourselves and our family members. But today na public safety na we dey talk about. The first one wey I talk be say avoid making contact or crossing all cut wires or conductors. Wetin this one mean be say make you avoid to touch or cross line wey dey for ground. Wetin we dey call line na conductors. You see wire for ground, you come dey say make I jump, especially children. No, make you no jump. Yes. Instead, make you just waka pass where the wire no dey. Then avoid cases. He said make you also avoid to touch am, because you no know the wire wey get electric current. Electric they no dey see am with eye. So if current dey flow for that wire, you no fit know. So avoid to touch not just only wires, including pole, transformer fence, or any BEDC equipment. Then another one be say for our own safety, abeg we will try report all cases of wire cut or conductor wey snap near our house or for street or anywhere where you see say wire cut. May you report am to the nearest BEDC office. Also avoid tampering BEDC wires and installation. We don't notice where people will not be staff or qualified people they go they tamper with our transformers and installation. It fit lead to death. The other thing, now last week I saw from newspaper where vandal we go to vandalize transformer, die put. So now that kind of thing, now you feel get when you dey tamper with BEDC installation.
No, fire now. This is fire. Go more for fire.
So another one, they say some places where the wire dey low, you come see people dey hang cloth put for wire, or even some people still dey use wire conductor dey hang cloth. No, because if that the wire get contact with anything wey be electricity, e fit shock. Thank God say we don get different types of line. All this rubber own na im safe pass. Then another thing wey we dey beg our customers say make they avoid anything wey go lead to electricity theft through shunting of meters or bypassing of meters. Then the one wey dey very necessary for public safety na the one wey dey talk of what illegal structures wey dey under power lines or wey dey what bridge our right of way. So we dey appeal to our customers and the general public say make they know they sell under power line, make they know they build under power line, make they know they what erase illegal structures wey we dey call so na caravan or this small kiosk. They just put am for power line. Na who their life na im dey sell, because the day wey e go happen you no fit know. Then ensure say your house dey properly earth, and may you buy wetin we dey call earth leakage circuit breaker. Some people wey still dey talk say their meter dey wrong na because the house the earthing don low. Then if you wan use maybe electrician wire your house, may you make sure say you use the licensed electrician or contractors wey they call LECAM people, because those ones na dey licensed to wire houses. May you no go use any quack electrician wire your house, because it fit lead to fire outbreak and it fit lead to electric shock and electrocution wey be say the person come die. So na be the safety tips wey we get for the general public.
Okay. All right, we not get time. Now, one send out before send out 2 text messages will just come. We could quickly just take them before we send out. This one say good afternoon, everybody. I beg Mr. Wosa, help me beg Madam Gloria, make them still the try for Agbo Road people, especially Agbo Park side and environs. If the manage bring light, it not go waste time. It will go off again. Thank you. This one they come from Dr. Joel. Then we can quickly just take this second one so that. Just take the two together before I will leave. This one say, I greet now. I beg, they never reduced tariff before. I buy 61 units for 2,000, but today I buy 37 units for 2,000. Please tell madam we not the talk when the unit will finish, but the unit they give us, please back to NEPA. This one they come from Chinedu.
I beg on this I say he buy how much?
He say he buy 2,000, 61 units for 2,000. But today he come buy the same 2,000, come with 37 units. So now make can talk say they never see the reducer. So now those one are just the 2 questions we will get. You just want to like sharply.
What they say in them
Chinedu. But Dr. Joy said the area for Agbo Road, especially Agbo Park and everyone say not they get light. If you come, then I don't go off again.
I know say Agbo Road get challenge. Even last week we do announcement put in terms of their light matter. But this week you don't they pick up by God's grace, so you dey better. Dr. Joy, may you there with us. But Chinedu, when you buy this unit, maybe 67 units, because I'll take this your matter, go back to the office so that
you go
one of those investigator. If maybe buy this unit before September, maybe now cost and then high, but we will still go back and investigate why there is difference in terms of the unit where you get. So I will give you the feedback by next week when I come.
All right, people for house, after the matter just reached, we don't discuss matter we say concern light matter for BDC Alpha One, and we want to thank Madam Gloria. We say we talk on behalf of BDC. She now one of the people for their communications department. BDC they come out to come give us people outside the object and all. So I want to thank you wherever you take up, and my brother Musa. Thank you, but we'll still remain. We will be here together, but we will leave them on a glow. We should go to things go relax. Then we will come back to take Motivational Tuesday. Though we not too much get time, but when they come give you something really, really important. We can not touch this time. We could just enjoy this music. Function by Maleki and in future to Baba. When they come back and continue the show. Welcome back, and in case it's just a tuning and still that your program where you know as to read on top of your 2.7 way sit down give back for Bini Auchi Express way for your bypass. Yes, now the same frequency that you be listening to. Yes, we don't come out with we don't round up with the BDC half hour, and now we want to just talk on something motivational for the next 10-15 minutes or thereabout, because right now things, the primitives come down, but the protests will go on all over the place for Nigeria, different states still go on, and people still protest. But now we want to discuss things we say government could do to change the system, then motivate these same youths where they channel this energy to challenge out to some certain things we say they're very good at. We say they need the enabling environment to take carry out all those things. Most of the people we say that they protest, so some of them they'll be technicians, but if you look at, they'll tell you say they don't get the right environment to take work. Some will tell you say they'll be weathers, but they know they get light and other many things and the environment to take work. And many people would say that's why everybody gets here in the penal. But then if they think come out like this to take fight this thing, government officially, calm them down, put up some things for in place to make sure say they take motivate those guys so that they go challenge all these things to in a positive way so that it will help everybody. No, sir. I said this one protesting will go on because it's time to be protesting will go on, but we know say very soon everything will come down. But how governments now need to put some things for ground to motivate those boys, make them get the right environment to really carry out the job who they say that they do. Most of them are not weathers, but they'll tell you say that they get challenges for their wedding work. Some will tell you say they be electricians, that they get challenges. So most of the way they protest, so all of them they get different work where they do. They say it's legit. If we say that they don't get the right environment. So this kind of time now the government is supposed to think. They will say, okay, how will they motivate these guys? Because they're not getting ready to go. This country is our own. So instead of where everywhere would hit up like this, if that make everything calm down, then when the boys get some kind of motivation, get the right environment to carry out their jobs. So we say, then we'll see help build the nation.
This protest will be protest for. Reason our end SARS will be protest for, and eventually government or LGB don't end SARS. But when they talk now, see, not be to just end SARS. End SARS. The SARS now name, the people where they SARS, the policemen where they SARS, they hang them, they stop them. No, the bad S where they SARS, they see them there. They want reformation of those policemen. Then they restructure them in such a way say all those bad people, bad policemen where they make them filter them, make them remove them. They know them. Go reach the ogas where they bad ones say oga. And then
why do not go fit? Why do not fit? Yes, why do not fit filter them?
They know them. And not until they do this thing, all this is not will solve. So this one has sense because this one is only a start to if we expand past like this, so they don't open Nigerians to all these things because like I talked yesterday, these people now nobody sponsor them. This one be saying that one politician sponsor them, their eyes don't they open, and all these government people make them do the right thing to ensure say the right policies make them do them. Joblessness everywhere. People don't get work. The ones who get work, they don't go see life they do their work well. Yesterday, bus drivers, taxi drivers, they protest say some bad people too. They want to collect money from them. Money when they collect from them, you don't too much pass. Waiting Obaseki talk say, maybe they collect.
Okay.
You see all these things. Person go work. You go carry your motor go out or some they balance carry motor go out go work before you come back wetin go carry follow you go house no reach anything fuel now they increase fuel when all these people wetin you wan tell their wife for house family for house say they go work see when notice follow them come the best way get motor at ten in most cases these drivers don dey get motor. So everything
come find their own come buy fuel come find
work well so government people we elect them so that all these things make them do am well no be now one government wey dey talk say na dem see na now go see dey cry say make you fix road we no get light say we are over 60 years
we don big pass
we don big pass we go see dey cry for election dey come no worry I go fix light for you I go do this one for you you don grow pass them look at countries like Malaysia wey we start the same time wey we dey the same level the same time they don grow pass us Singapore India they don grow pass us na now we see dey struggle so corruption too much everything too much so make dem get sense because many countries wetin make revolution take place for many countries we no reach all this kind of thing we no pray for that so make dem fix all better things for us because e dey affect everybody we go school e no easy to go school if most of the government school they no too dey okay so many people na private school they wan go but at the end of the day all these big people wey dey private to go private school e no easy how many people fit afford am.
All right, down a really big question. Many people feel afford the school. So government need to motivate the youth. They need to put things in order so that everybody will feel build the nation together. Because of the corruption, things not they go the right way. We could go this market. If we come back, then if we take 1 or 2 calls, then we go wrap up the show. Then the other show will come up at 4 o'clock. We could go this market.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow, what are the benefits of solar energy?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Material Road, off Ajib Junction, Sapler Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703 623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service for homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Kennedy Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 or Lowell Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
My people, now the final lap of the program, then we just enter. So yeah, we not get time to take time. We don't discuss matter. We say yes, how the government will motivate our youths to do channel their energies, to do their work. We say they learn. We say they not get the right environment to take carry out their work. Many people telling us, see what I do, but see my challenges. Instead of when they tackle that challenges, I mean, say if our leaders sit down together, then discuss with these issues, put things around, and also so we'll get issues like this, and that corruption self will come reduce because the love of money, Bible talk say at the root of all evil. So make an reach us for 0706-263-9275, 0903-939-4427, and 0812-178-9154. Waiting to feel say government do now to motivate these guys who they protest, so say they want a better Nigeria. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Monday, calling from GRA.
Monday from GRA, we greet you. Now, pidgin English, so you talk to us sharply.
Well, sorry, sir. I want to talk about the accident that happened for this morning time. I don't know whether Nigeria was the accident.
This morning, accident, yeah.
Accident, Oluku.
Oluku.
I think you're going to Oluku.
Oluku, where exactly?
So the accident is what the other 3 are better to just die at a spot. Other people are the others to say.
Which area?
Sir?
Which area? Oluku, you know to Oluku big now. Which area? You can mark the spot?
Normally, I can't really actually know the actual place because I've been inside Boston at the time we come here this many times.
Oh. When
they just said that and the driver decided to stop and they will see the one that they have already they are taking them to the mortuary.
Early morning today, Abby?
Yes, sir.
Oh. So our reporters go outside. Yeah, maybe later they'll bring this water. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hello?
Hello, my children.
Barrister Philip Otobo, we greet you, sir.
God bless you, my dear.
I salute you.
I love you guys' program too much.
You're welcome, sir.
But the only question I wanted to know as was like, when that woman is in the studio, why can't you people put the phone and let her have conversation. Are you thinking that people will abuse our what?
No, sir. We have a time limit, and like today, we already passed that time, so there was no point opening the phone lines, and we just have to check the messages on the WhatsApp platform. Although you can send your message to WhatsApp platform. You see the way I tell you that just now, and she react to it.
At least for 3 days now, we don't have like here. I think that's supposed to be patrolling and find out what is happening.
You don't pass a BBC matter.
But anything you want to do, you just drop message.
That's matter now.
Yes. What would the government do now to motivate the youth? To channel their energy, see their positive.
Yes, you know, we have class differentiation in this country. The country is too capitalist. You see people upstairs there that I'm happy that they now join the youth now. I just hope they can go and sit down and make policies so that they can open up so many avenues for children to get jobs. When we were living through those days, we have option to join the army, join the police, join this one. Now they're catching everywhere. They're not opening for us for their children, which is so good. Yes, it's so good. Then in the Nigerian police force, for example, now, the money coming from the allocation, it will stop for the big man hand. It doesn't go down the ladder. So if you report the case to the police station, it's the complainant that will have to go and provide means. So they have a lot to do. These folks, when they say they should sack them, and it should not be nice to put those guys back to society like that because they are pushing Yahoo. It's not Yahoo that are in the society. The other person in the society. So they should find a way to make a policy that, okay, this is the robbery. We made the office, when there is robbery, we call you come there.
All right, sir.
Then it's not only the SARS that are always fighting people on the road now. Other policemen are there, before are there, I don't know there.
They are asking for reform, and they met with the Speaker of House of Representatives, Honorable
I just so that they are able to make policy. There are so many policies on the ground.
With the way things are going right now, I saw that
people can, they don't operate into the letter. They operate into suit there. That's the issue. Okay, my dear, God bless you guys.
All right, now here we want to take, close the program for today, and we'll not get time because we get to that show where they come at 4. So make you now just enjoy this one from Roma. This one entitled On Fire. And many thanks to my brother, Nosa Wadia. And me, your brother, Ewosa Agbeka and Mawisabi. I said we'll see you tomorrow with another Ogbonge edition of top this radio show. Make you enjoy the rest of my day. And make you enjoy this song. We don't go. Bye-bye.
Sipping booze and looking cool, oh. Pretty lady, what do you do, oh? Shake your body, no they look, oh. Hey, don't go make me lose my cool. For this party, I don't dirty. Oh my shabby, give me something. For this party, I don't dirty. Oh my shabby, make I give you something. Oh, girl, bye bye, oh be bye bye, give me bye. I don't know, want to give you my want to know where you come from. Yeah, you lead, I go follow. If you know that I borrow, hold the door, baby, go low. I wonder where you go. I'm on a serious something. I wonder where you go there. I'm on a spiritual something. You don't really go there. I'm on a serious something. I wonder where you go there. I'm on a spiritual something. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye. every day my dream is just to win. Me, I don't got anybody to help me, so I must win. Now me be the boy back and they go. Nobody really knows tomorrow. You know the days we got these days everything Matilda. I know some of the show we start to hear them no more. Brother, sister, I hate her. Back in all the days that they pull back up. Turn around, so my life is so special. Want to win. I don't got anybody to help me, so I must win. Right. For my life every day my dream is just to win. Me, I don't have anyone to support me, so I must win. I'm in the vibe I can't say nobody really knows tomorrow. Get the way. When I start planting, get on the me and the hustle back Dante. Get the way. When I be start planting, get them there. Dante, when you point on the me and the hustle back Dante. Fire. And the time I come here, keep them fire. All of my guys, me, I lean them higher.
92.7 KUFM.
The countdown is on. In a couple of hours' time, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. And we can tell you that the lineup is out, so we'll be telling you who will be wearing your colors in a couple of hours' time to take on Tunisia. Well, so many people are saying that, look, we have got to win this one. It will not be good for Nigeria to win back-to-back to win back-to-back international friendly games, so we have got to do our best to win this one. So let's hope that the Super Eagles will listen and fly high when they play against Tunisia. We can also tell you that Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev are going to have their fight on the 12th of December. They said nothing can move that. It has to happen in London on December 12th. But for Tyson Fury, well, he said that it seems the camp of Deontay Wilder, they are not ready, so he will not be facing him this year, but he will be fighting in London, or in the UK. That has been a while that he fought in the United Kingdom. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KUFM, Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Ibrakadabra. Sanofi Francis, the Sports Berlusconi. Gosa Bekan, the Sports Maestro. And Lisa, also joining me in the studio this evening. And guys, this one is just breaking. Really, really sad, but come on, we know this guy is super fit. So hopefully he is given a clean bill of health very soon. The great Cristiano Ronaldo has tested positive for coronavirus, and he has been sent home to isolate from the Portuguese camp where they are playing the Euro qualifiers.
Well, kind of a sad one for Cristiano Ronaldo, I must confess. I hope he gets back stronger and better, and thank God that this didn't happen when he was with this club. That's because the train and go back home because of his kids and of course his wife as well. I hope and I wish him all the best. Good news that most of these lads, they don't have existing problems before. I just heard that Alcantara and Sadio Mane, they've returned back to Liverpool today training. That's good news. So I wish Cristiano all the best. Kind of unfortunate news, but we know that most of all these women and men who are athletes, they have a way, because of the way they've been training and working, they always beat this. The only person that was not heard of since the contracted virus is Zlatan himself. The last time he got tested last week, I think he returned back positive again. But with all this, these guys are all asymptomatic. Ronaldo played in their last game over the weekend. He wasn't showing signs of coronavirus, but we know that they consistently test these guys before they get to play. So I believe Ronaldo can beat it.
He's the only one who tested positive. The rest of the team were all negative. So he's the only one who has...
he could have contracted it, obviously, from anywhere. You know this thing can be on any surfaces and stuff like that. Yeah. And I believe that probably if these tests were not even conducted, one would have known that he's even a positive coronavirus. Most of them are always asymptomatic. And that's one thing that has always been fantastic for them. So hopefully that in the next couple of weeks, he will get back. But the disappointment here is this. Juventus is having a season like thus far Manchester United, though theirs is a little bit better. They've not started the season where we need him to get back to full fitness immediately for them to have a fantastic season ahead.
Well, and also Cristiano Ronaldo gets to return on time, because even the last two matches he played for Portugal ended in goalless draw, because against Spain it was a friendly goalless draw. Then against France, first, though they were big matches and you expect the matches to be so tight. But now that it's not, they have left the camp, and tonight they are going to be having a match, if not
they are playing against Sweden tomorrow.
Although
that's a Nations League good game.
Yeah, good game. So one could say, okay, they are playing at home, they could beat Sweden, but come on, you get to look at Sweden as a team. They are also fighting for something, so they could also go there and shock Portugal, even now without Cristiano Ronaldo. But notwithstanding, I think they are good enough.
I'm not scared for that. Don't forget that same Cristiano Ronaldo had problems with the alleged cases of rape and all this, so that we enacted again in last year in United States. Remember what happened before he moved from United to Real Madrid? He came up again. Remember, he did not participate in the Europe Nation up until the semi-final, that he came and helped them to win the Europe Nation League. He played in the semi-final. I think he got a brace or one goal in that game. Then he helped them in the final against the Netherlands. He didn't participate because they had to excuse him from the national team for him to really deal with what was going on off the pitch. And when that was resolved, immediately Santos, the coach of Portugal, called him back. So he started with them. So my point is, without him, they were able to get all the way through to the semi-finals before he joined up with them. So I see tomorrow rather, if they play against Sweden without Cristiano Ronaldo, if the team, the boys in camp, they decide to play very well in honor of Cristiano Ronaldo, they will beat Sweden. I know with him in the team, it's a big plus to them to winning anybody. But I still feel that without Cristiano, they can do something great.
All right, now that we are in Europe, let's look at the Euro Nations League matches that we have for today.
Matches slated for tonight, 7:45. League So different this week, but
it will be Germany will be starting against Switzerland.
Okay, Germany will start against Switzerland. That will be in League A Group 4. Then Ukraine will also entertain Spain in that same group. Then you look at League C Group 1. Azerbaijan will take on Cyprus. That match is taken for 5 o'clock. Then at 7:45, Montenegro will be facing Luxembourg. Then League D Group 1, Latvia will take on Malta. The Faroe Islands will meet Andorra. League D Group 2 to be Liechtenstein versus San Marino, and that will be the last game for today in that League D Group 2. These are the matches slated for UEFA Nations League that we are expecting tonight. The other matches are just qualifications for the World Cup, and it is the CONMEBOL, which we'll be having early hours of tomorrow morning.
Okay, the Super Eagles of Nigeria getting set for the match against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. What do we expect?
For me, I wasn't really pleased with the last match they played against Algeria. So I'm expecting them to come back from the goal because earlier today, Dodo Mayana came out to say that even though they have nothing to lose concerning the FIFA ranking, they have a lot to gain if they play.
They even have something to lose with the FIFA ranking. So if you lose back-to-back matches, your FIFA ranking will drop. So there is really something at stake, even though it's an international friendly.
We know it's an international friendly. This is one time for Benatua to come up with those the team that played the last time against Algeria. And I think he has taken note of the lapses and a lot of mistakes that were made last time. I don't think he's going to make a repeat of that today. And I believe that he's going to make the team formidable against Tunisia because this is the 18th time they are meeting Tunisia and Nigeria are meeting head to head, and they have had 5 wins and
six wins for Nigeria, 6 wins for Tunisia,
and the others have been
7 draws. Yeah.
So we expect Nigeria to come out formidable after they left Tunisia in the last AFCON match. So
that was the third place match. Nigeria beat them 1-0. Roger Gallo scored that goal that gave Nigeria the bronze medal.
So I'm expecting Nigeria to come out victorious in this match.
Okay, they have no choice, Brian. Seriously, it would be a monumental disaster if they go ahead to lose to Tunisia today. I mean, you can't play 2 international friendly. This is the Super Eagles. We are number 3 in Africa. We are the giants of Africa. The Super Eagles of Nigeria should be in there competing for the African Cup of Nations for all honors as far as football is concerned. But we can understand that we've been down for a while, but the Super Eagles have got no yardstick of losing tonight's game. They have to go in there and win it. The only thing that will redeem this squad, these lads in camp right now, and in our faces, in our eyes, is going out there and defeat the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Last time we expected a better performance from them. If the Eagles had lost to the Desert Forces of Algeria, but they put up a fantastic performance. They hit the bar like 5-6 times, and it was just a day where all you did not get to give those goals for you. Nigeria will say that yes, we lost that game, but these lads were fantastic on the set day. Hillock just played his own on them, and that's why they didn't get a goal or even to get to win the game. But the way they performed, it was very, very poor. So they need to go out there and show to Nigerians what we're watching out there within that. Sorry, it was just a blip, but this time we are back and we can play good football.
Okay, let's look at those that will be representing Nigeria today. We hear that Maduka Okoye is going to retain his place in goal. Sani Ajayi wasn't too terrific the day they played against Algeria, but he retains his position. Samuel Chukwueze will also play. I wasn't particularly impressed with him. Alex Iwobi is also starting. Then for the defense, this is where the changes start. Kevin Akpoguma, he is going to occupy the right back position. He's taking over from Teruan Ebohi, who played very well against Tunisia, against Algeria. Then Zaidi Sanusi, who for me was our best player, he will retain his position as level back. Kenneth Omweru comes in and he replaces William Trusakon. So he's going to pair Leon Balogun in the central defense. Then, as we said, Sami Ajayi is the defensive midfielder. And then we'll also have Alex Iwobi in the midfield. Moses Simon, who came in to replace the injured Samuel Kalu, is starting on the left wing, while Samuel Chukwueze will play on the right wing. Striker for the match is Ahmed Musa. Kelechi Iheanacho will be playing just behind him. I think Kelechi Iheanacho is naturally a second striker. He isn't a top 9.
I have my reservation about Kelechi starting. If I were in General Trot,
who will you start ahead of him? Is it Paul Onuachu or Cyril Dessers? I think Cyril Dessers might come in.
Yeah,
I think that's
no, he hasn't gotten his his chance to start for the Super Eagles and give us what to experience from Cyril Dessers. But I think Musa, he has nothing to prove. He's the captain. Though he hasn't.
I have the but Ahmed Musa as a striker. I know he can play there, but we know Ahmed Musa is a natural right winger. So why play him as your striker?
Well, exactly. It could be a game plan that will also work out.
The game plan will be Iheanacho being the point man at the end of the day. I mean, to me, you want goals in this game. You want to prove to Nigeria that you've got the boys, they call up right, and the boys in camp, they can do something fantastic. Then start in the Dessers. I'm not saying he's the best player, but right now, with what we saw from Iheanacho and Paul Onuachu in their last game, it means that these guys are not proper point men for
But what did you
Nigeria.
really see from Iheanacho? He didn't have much time to do anything in that game. You might say Paul Onuachu, maybe he didn't really click. Yeah, but I don't think we should blame him.
Iheanacho is, to me, a fantastic supporting striker, playing behind the striker.
That's where he's
what we
playing
normally call
tonight.
it in our local parlance.
That's where he's playing
Playing the
tonight.
striker. But Musa is the right winger. But if he's to lead the attack, as a winger, you also have the opportunity of combating for
one try same position at Leicester. It did not work out for him. Let's not forget
so
that.
this is not Leicester, this is international team.
At CSK in Moscow, sorry guys, at CSK in Moscow, at times they drafted him to play as a first 9.
Yeah.
It was not really the appointment, but as a first 9, But to me, Musa is more effective when he's coming from the flank.
Yeah, and he can. Of course, we know that Ahmed Musa can score goals. He is Nigeria's highest goal scorer at the World Cup with 4 goals.
Yeah.
2 at 2014 and 2 at the 2018 World Cup. So we know he's got it in him. There was some when he was even playing in the Nigerian Professional Football League. I think there was a couple of seasons when he was top highest goal scorer with 18 goals. Then he was playing for Kano Pillars. So we know that this lad can score goals, but we've seen him in the national team. We've seen him at under 20, the Flying Eagles, and we know that this guy is more of a natural winger. So why deploy him as a striker when you've got a natural striker on the bench? In fact, 2 natural strikers. Paul Onuachu is there, and we also have Cyril Dessers.
Well, I think General will have answers. We have to answer the questions if he's to get away. But if Musa gets to do well in that position today, I think we are going to be saying different things. Sometimes the manager knows all the players. He knows what they can do. He knows their natural positions. So for him to have allowed Musa to play, as a central striker, and then leaving Kelechi Iheanacho to play behind him, maybe they have a game plan.
And you now have a left winger, but this is something that happens almost every time. Riyad Mahrez does it for Manchester City and for Algeria. Hakim Ziyech did it for Ajax, and he will be doing it for Chelsea. He's also doing it with Morocco. He's a natural left footer, but he operates from the right. So for this game, from the report that we've got, Samuel Chukwueze will start on the right. He even did it the last time. Why Moses Simon will be playing from the left wing.
For me, I think Musa is going to have a little bit of struggle. He's going to struggle a lot because that is not his natural place. But
but maybe he's looking at the pace. Musa has got pace. That's why he wants to use him there to create some danger with his pace.
But let's see what the match is going to bring for us, because for me, I'm having my doubts already. Putting Ahmed Musa at the front. Maybe he's trying to confuse the other country, the other team between. Maybe he's trying to confuse them and just give them the benefit of the doubt, to make them doubt the Nigerian Super Eagles. But let's see what happens when the match starts.
I have big respect for Ahmed Musa on and off the pitch. I think with his weight of experience, he's going to go out there and do very well. But my doubt here is when you have a natural striker or you have natural strikers in your team, play them. except they come up and they've shown to you, like in club football or in a competitive game like the Nations Cup, that they are not productive. Right now, it goes to show that Jonathan does not have faith in, say, Dezes and Paul Noachi. For Dezes is yet to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So why not give him the benefit of that? I mean, it's an international friendly. Maybe he gets to come in the next 45 minutes from the second half. I don't know, but I would have loved Jonathan to give this young man a try. Let's see what he can do. We want people...
No, but he was the one that invited him, so apparently he believes in him and he will try him. Maybe it's just a strategy to put off the Tunisians when they will see Ahmed Musa playing as a striker and they get confused and let us comes in and whatever. But as I said, Ahmed Musa can score goals.
Yeah,
we've seen him play that position several times. Okay, let's look at the head-to-head between Nigeria and Tunisia. As we said, they've each won 6 games, that is 12, and they've drawn 7. So total number of times that we've met, 19. Nigeria 6 wins, Tunisia 6 wins, and 7 draws. So the first time they met was on the 25th of November 1961. Nigeria won that encounter 2-1. The second time was, and this was in the Africa Cup of Nations, the second time was on the 10th of December 1961, also at the Africa Cup of Nations. This match ended in a draw. Then we also met on the 25th of September 1977. It was a draw. This was at the qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup. Then this one, in 1977, Nigeria lost at home to Tunisia in the FIFA World Cup qualifier. I think this was the infamous Godwin Odie own goal. Yeah, I think this was the match that Odie scored, and from there on, whenever you score an own goal, you became Odie. That was before, unfortunately, really sad. Escobar, Andres Escobar, scored against Colombia at the World Cup, and we know what happened. He was killed, shot. Then after that, we met on the 16th of March 1978. This was in the Africa Cup of Nations. This was a 1-1 draw. Then on the 29th of June 1980, this was the FIFA World Cup qualifier. Tunisia won this one. Sorry, Nigeria won this one 2-0. Then on the 26th of September 1985, in an international friendly, Tunisia beats Nigeria 5-0. On the 6th of July 1985, Nigeria defeated Tunisia 1-0 in the World Cup qualifier. Then on the 20th of July 1985, Tunisia beats Nigeria 2-0. This was in the World Cup qualifier too. Then on the 9th of August 1997, Tunisia beat Nigeria 2-0. This was in the LG Cup. Then we also had on the 23rd of January 2000, Nigeria won this encounter 4-2. This was in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. I think I remember Austin Jejekota scoring 2 goals in that encounter. Then we also had this one on the 11th of February 2004. This match ended in a 1-1 draw. It was at the Africa Cup of Nations. Tunisia, of course, went on to win. They beat Nigeria on penalties. So Odemwingie misses a penalty for Nigeria. On the 4th of February 2006, Nigeria and Tunisia played out a 1-1 draw at the Africa Cup of Nations, but in the resultant penalty shootout, Nigeria won to advance to the semi-final, where we were beaten by Cote d'Ivoire 1-0. Didier Drogba with the goal. On the 20th of June 2009, they met in a World Cup qualifier. This one ended in a goalless draw. That was in was it Rades now or Tunis? Then on the 6th of September 2009, another World Cup qualifier. I think I was live in the National Stadium Abuja for this one. It ended in a 2-all draw. When we scored, we thought it was all over, but they got a late equalizer. However, we still qualified for this World Cup. Then on the 22nd of January 2016, Nigeria and Algeria played out Tunisia played out a 1-all draw. This was in the African Nations Championship. Then on the 17th of July 2019, that was the last time they met. Nigeria beat Tunisia 1-0 in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. So we wait to see what will happen today when these two sides meet. Let's go on this break. We'll be right back.
CJ to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go home 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people to win smartphones every hour, every day. The one with it pass, now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move from our side or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we will summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10th and ends November 7, 2020. And is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
Alright, welcome back to Sports Fiesta live on 90.7 KFM at the main city. We've told you about the unfortunate coronavirus positive test for Cristiano Ronaldo, so he's left the Portuguese camp. He has to go home now and self-isolate. And we also talked about the match that we're expecting in a couple of hours, Nigeria versus Tunisia international friendly, and we've given you what we've had is the team list, the guys who will be starting the match against Tunisia later. Okay, let's go to boxing now. If we have time, we'll return to football. Well, Cobra Pulev says he will fight Anthony Joshua on the 12th of December in London. And he says nothing will change this. Even the promoters have already said, look, this is a done deal. This is set. They are not going to postpone it anymore. So it is now official. Cobra Pulev posted this on his website that there is no way back, no postponement, no rescheduling. That's they are going for this one.
Well, I think it's easier said than done. And you're looking at December in the next 2 months. But what if he gets injured? Will he go ahead to fight with one hand? Let's say for instance he has a hand injury, and will he continue with the fight? That's a big question. What if Anthony Joshua has an injury before the fight? Will Anthony Joshua agree to fight? Now that they come out to say no stopping, and we'll just hope that they are they stay as injured, while they are training, aspiring, and getting ready for the fight, because it's going to be huge. For a fight that we started last 3 years, they did not materialize because of the injuries and all that to Cobra. But now he's fit and ready. We just hope that Anthony Joshua is also getting set. He wants to hold all the belts, and we are looking forward to the big one next year. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. How will that pan out? They just have to cross their first hurdles. Yes, you beat Cobra Pulev, while Fury, who has also said he wants to fight Deontay Wilder, before next year, to know what next year will go for them, because they are going to be having 2 big fights. Talking about Joshua and Tyson Fury. So we are looking at December. I think it's really good. Enough of the postponement and all that. Although for the COVID-19, we would have had this fight before now, but also COVID-19 has to push the fight back. So December 12th, come on, it's going to be a big day. We are looking forward to watching Anthony Olaseni Joshua taking on Cobra Pulev. If he wins, fine. Then wait for the 2021 and see who comes out victorious between Tyson Fury and the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder.
Well, Tyson Fury says he has moved on from facing Deontay Wilder for a 3rd time in December. He said he is going to be focusing on a coming home fight. He said, look, these guys, they've been trying to change the date. He agreed that they should fight on the 19th of December. Then they tried to change the date again until next year. That he has been training, he's ready. But when they tried moving off 19th of December and pushing it to next year, he said enough is enough, and he moved on. So he wants to fight this year in December, but it is going to be in the United Kingdom. because he has not fought in the UK since August 2018. His last 4 bouts took place in the United States of America.
Well, I feel sorry for fans expecting the rematch, the third one of between them. But again, they've had their delays because of the COVID-19 as well, and the camp of both fighters really, trying to look for a proper place to have this bout. But the truth is this: I think because of the contract signed, Tyson Fury right now, he has challenged him for a third fight. I don't think, because of pride, especially with Deontay Wilder, I don't think he will allow Tyson Fury, for instance, to go for a unification bout between himself and AJ, should AJ get past, which we know he will get past Kubra Pulev, while he's standing by and waiting. I don't think he wants that. What he wants right now is that thought, a chance of probably trying to reclaim his lost bets to Tyson Fury. So for me, I think, yes, Tyson Fury is playing the game properly. He's sending out an ultimatum. He wants to have this fight. He wants to know whether he would stand a chance to unify the bets. He's pretty confident that he can defeat Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will want to regain his image. His image was seriously destroyed because of the way he has been, parading himself and the way he was brought down by Tyson Fury. He will want to get back in the ring and try to reclaim that lost pride. For me, I think this is just good fighters touting themselves so that the fight can go. Like I said, I feel sorry for the fans like me. I, for one, I'm seriously looking forward to seeing that third match between Deontay and Tyson.
All right, let's go to professional wrestling. We promised that we're going to give you the results of a Monday Night Raw this evening because we didn't have time to do it in the morning. So let's quickly head to it before we start taking your calls. There was the second night of the draft picks. We'll talk about that later, but let's just quickly go to this one. Drew McIntyre, he's actually started his fight with Randy Orton early because Randy Orton came and addressed his victory over Drew McIntyre, and he said his pinfall victory last week was a sign of things to come. So he said that he will pin him once again at Hell in a Cell. But instead, the WWE champion came out and interrupted the Viper, and he told him that he was not waiting until Sunday, that they should have that fight right now. And they fought several times, and the officials tried to separate them a couple of times. And we had this no disqualification match, Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black. Aleister Black has been beaten down on Kevin Owens for a couple of weeks, so we had this encounter, but it was Kevin Owens who defeated Aleister Black via pinfall. And we had this segment of Miz TV. The Miz and John Morrison, they welcomed Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, and they did their best to break up the new tag team, but instead the two women, they stood for each other. Then later, Natalia and Lana came out, and then they talked about the Battle Royale that was to come, because they announced earlier that there would be a Battle Royale, and whoever won the Battle Royale was going to face Asuka for the WWE Raw Women's title. So while they were on, the fights now broke out between the women, and Miz and Morrison, they attempted to talk about themselves instead and their career in the WWE. But suddenly Lars Sullivan arrived, and the moment he came, the Miz ran away, and he beat down on John Morrison. So Seth Rollins had a triple threat encounter with AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. Well, Seth Rollins came and said, look, I'm glad that I'm leaving Friday Night SmackDown, but he felt sorry for the fans because he knows that his departure is going to, they will not take it lightly, since he is the Monday Night Messiah, So, but after talking for a while, we now had Jeff Hardy coming in. Then AJ Styles also arrived to mock Jeff Hardy, and that now set up a triple threat encounter with these three guys. So AJ Styles was able to defeat Jeff Hardy and Seth Rollins via pinfall. But it was Elias who returned. Elias ran in and he bashed Jeff Hardy with his guitar, and so that made it easier for AJ Styles to win this encounter. So Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, they took on Natalia and Lana. It was Rose and Dana Brooke who won this encounter. Then Angel Garza fought against Andreade. These two guys were partners before, and their manager was Angelina Vega. She was actually on commentary watching them, but it was Angel Garza who won this encounter. But suddenly afterwards, Alexa Bliss arrived. The theme music was playing, but later Bray Wyatt also joined us. So Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, they beat down on Andrade and Vega together. So we had the Raw Tag Team Championship, the New Day versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The New Day, of course, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So after the Street Profits, they were officially drafted to SmackDown. Adam Pearce then facilitated the trading of the tag team titles, as New Day and the Prophet needed to hold the titles in their bands that they were going. So it was supposed to be, you now give me the Raw Tag Team Championship, I'll give you the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Both of them were champions and they were swapping positions. So Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, they came and said that they deserved a title shot. But when they had this encounter, it was Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods who won this encounter. Then Ricochet had an encounter with Cedric Alexander, and the stipulation was that if Ricochet lost, he was going to join the Hot Business. Cedric Alexander has now joined the Hot Business, but it was Ricochet who won via disqualification. He kind of cheated to get to that level. Then we had this #1 contender match, Battle Royale, and of course we explained Battle Royale several times. Depending on the number, it could be 10, 20, 15, they will be in the ring, and the last woman standing, if you throw your opponent over the top rope, the last person standing is going to be the champion. So we had this encounter. Several women, Nia Jax was there. She talked big. She said, and everybody knows that they can't eliminate herself and her partner Shayna Baszler, so she will just tell all of them, throw yourself over the top rope so that you avoid a beatdown, and just let me and Shayna battle this out. But it didn't work out. Everybody was there, and they started beating down on Nia Jax, and her partner Shayna Baszler even joins to eliminate her, and she got angry. Lana was outside at that point, so she hit the Samoa drop on Lana onto the announce table, and Lana was there on the ground, but somehow she was still able to go in, and it was Lana who won by eliminating the lady that calls herself the Sazi Southern Belle. That's how Lana won this encounter. So Lana will be taking on Asuka for the #1. She's now the #1 contender to the Raw Women's Championship. Okay, I mentioned the trade-off. So what happened was that Bray Wyatt was drafted to Raw, and Bayley, she will stay on SmackDown. Randy Orton stays on Raw. The Street Profits move to Raw. Charlotte Flair, she's on Raw, but Charlotte has been absent from WWE for some time. Braun Strowman, he moves to Raw. Daniel Bryan stays on SmackDown. Matt Riddle moves to Raw. Kevin Owens moves to SmackDown. Jeff Hardy moves to Raw. Retribution, they stay on Raw. Lars Sullivan is going to remain on Raw. Keith Lee remains on Raw. King Corbin stays on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss, she's going to Raw. Elias moves to Raw. Sami Zayn stays on SmackDown. Lacey Evans goes to Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, they stay on SmackDown. Sheamus goes to Raw. Nikki Cross to Raw. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, they head to SmackDown. R-Truth stays on Raw. Apollo Crews goes to SmackDown. Dabakato, told you about this guy. He is actually a Nigerian, but he is heading to Raw. Titus O'Neil will stay on Raw. Carmella will stay on SmackDown. Peyton Royce moves to Raw. Aleister Black, he heads to SmackDown, and Akira Tozawa stays on Raw. So guys, these are some of the stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw last night. Okay, time for you to join us in the studio. Call us on 070-6263-9275, or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. The text line is 081-851-00884. Hello.
Hello, my children.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for the rundown of the wrestling thing. I just want two questions. Hello?
Yeah, we are with you.
Okay, two questions, sir. Lana, I think the wrestler.
Who?
Lana, that lady is on the battle.
Yeah. You know, all those people that you see, they usually train, even if they first appear as managers. They have training before they come in. Zelena Vega, for instance, she looks small and everything, but she is a very competent wrestler. So Lana has had wrestling training, even though she appeared the first time as the manager and the later the wife of
Lesnar. Okay, that Bob Lashley.
No, but the Lashley isn't her real husband. Her real husband is Rusev. So that Lashley angle is just.
And Bob Lashley last time we will go for the vote. Question number 2. McIntyre. Did he still take his title?
Yeah, he's still the champion, but he'll be facing Randy Orton.
That Orton said become
in Hell in a Cell.
You see, in Raw, he will still be Raw or the Will Smatter.
No, he's on Raw. He's on Raw. Drew McIntyre.
Okay. That maybe you mentioned that. I thought he's invited to another Andrade. You are invited to him?
No. This is their manager. It's Zelena Vega.
Okay, because the two of them look like, I don't really know their problem anyway.
No.
But it's like they're separated now.
Yeah, they've been having issues, so she said she doesn't want to manage the team anymore.
Okay. So, back to Nigeria football, sir. What time is the match coming up? 7:30. Thank you for all the analysis. Yes, sir. Francis, Maduwelo. My daughter there. Alright.
070-6263-9275, 090-3939-4427, or 081-2178-9154. Those are the numbers to call. Since there's only one line that is working. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Johnson. I'm calling from Mira.
Okay.
This is my first time of calling, sir.
Oh, welcome to our family.
Thank you very much, sir. So I so much like the program that people are always doing. So I'll be trying to get you to know, but today I got this. So I'm so happy about it. So what I would like to contribute is that about the Nigeria football is that the coach that Nigeria, the problem that we have now is not the player. We have players, but it's coach that is our problem. Let us not look at sorry. Let us try our own. Look at the time of Sasha. Sasha was doing well, but Silvavo was doing well, but to the extent that he's foreigner. The team that the way that is working the team, I really like it. I know that they have taken us to World Cup, but it's all with formations and everything. It's not working. Look at now to this match. I said that Musa should strike. Musa is a winger. I can look at the time of Moses. You compare Moses and Musa, cannot compare them together. How can a winger be a striker? It's not that possible. So what we need, we should try our OPC here in Nigeria, whether I can work with these things. God bless you, sir.
070-6263-9275, 090-3939-4427, 081-2178-9154. I think it's only one line that is working for
raining. It's raining.
It's raining. This seems to be the only line that is working. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening and welcome.
My name is Akidi.
Okay.
I'm calling from Benin.
All right.
I just want to make comment is that the last match is still the great Nigeria. I wasn't happy about that match. And like the last caller, I think I'm beginning to have issues with the coach. Because continue building after 3 years. Some coaches have come to pick up a team. Now within 6 months, we are seeing what they are doing on ground or on the pitch. I think it's high time. But like you said, Musa is not a striker. I don't see why a coach will not even have number 9. And if a senior is not there,
maybe
if a senior is not there, then that means a country as blessed as Nigeria will not be that is as good as telling the goalkeeper to go and try for us. So the coach should be up and doing. I don't see what there's no pattern, there's nothing on the ground to show that this thing is evolving. Can they be telling us we are building after 3 years? People are playing Russia, people are playing teams are playing Portugal, teams are keep playing Nigeria and losing. Tunisia and losing. When the other countries are playing nuclear, because of football. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, wait, just now we have to wait until another calls come in because it seems like that is the only line that is working. Yeah, that's the only one. The others are not working. But guys, please keep trying. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Mr. Governor calling from Okoro.
Yeah, Governor.
Thank you very much for this and the rest. Yeah, we are holding it down very well. Well, I really don't know why people are criticizing General this much. It's just a friendly is experimental. Yes, if you don't even need to get better, that is just the truth. And again, looking to Australia, I don't see that the big deal. Australia is a very big thing that the defending country of South Africa for its concern. And again, we must not also forget the fact that the Super Eagles of today is defeated because we do not have the likes of Woodford there at the middle of the park, and we do not have the likes of Ogenekaro at the middle of the park, and we do not have Joel Aribo, who has presented the main for Super Eagles, and still in the same middle at the middle of the park. And just to the truth, Ogenekaro has retired, and the statement is not part of the team. Of course, it's a defeated team. You don't expect me to perform wonders from anywhere. For me, deploying Ahmed Musa to first 9 is not a big deal. I told him to play number 9 to play from the wing. Timothy Brenner play at the time from the flank to play also played as number 9. Many is the need defenders. So that one is not a problem. It's just define the coach. For me, it's not the right time. Let us see what we can bring about. Let the racing come to all the players come to the team. Then we need to get to know where we are. For now, many newcomers, if our teams are there, we have to experiment it. We need to captain. We need to know whether we'll be able to fit you or not the rest. For me, it's a good coach.
You mentioned Timo Werner being played from the left.
Yes, sometimes.
We know that Timo Werner is mainly a striker, right? So when they play him on the wings, there is another striker, a number 9, who is playing. Either it is Tan Abraham or Olivier Giroud when this guy goes for the wings. But even then, Frank Lampard has been criticized. Frank Lampard was criticized for playing Mason Mount on the right wing when you have a natural winger in Callum Hudson-Odoi. So I think you should also understand why people are criticizing.
Yeah, but even in Germany, he does the same thing. They see featuring that way sometimes. And again, if you look at the way it is now, Super Eagles, we do not have an outstanding striker. We saw not two blocks on board that day. He was running around like, I don't want to describe in the way to become a public, but he didn't do it. And
Desas now, was it not the one that invited to the Desas? So why not play him?
It was he's helplessness because he never knew that he was not on the list before. So he was about what I'm saying. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt.
This is the first time. No, this is even the first time that Cyril Desas was invited. He ought to have played if not that they cancelled them. Those on
No, I mean on that too. Was invited when
no, but okay, all right, no problem. Anyway, I hope Ahmed Musa will just go into there and score a hat trick.
Amen. You want to see the Super Eagles play well? You want to see the Super Eagles win games?
Of course. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, Maracana.
more drama just I'm not happy about it. I feel understand me, sir. If we say this national team, then the table is not the national team. That means Nigeria is not in, Abi. What is he trying to say? I don't really understand.
Now, guys, we apologize. It's just one line that's working. I said this 09039394427. So we have to wait until another calls come in. Hello.
Hello,
good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Julius, calling from Upper Kemoro. The thing is that, regarding to that Nigeria man, so I don't, our coach, I don't think he has any excuse to do well, because Nigeria as a whole, we have a good player. I think the problem we have is the coach. I quite agree with you about that. When I was listening to you when we were hearing Musa into right winger, which we all know. So I'm a Musa at the same time, the forward behind the playing to exhibition and behind the Musa. I don't think it will work that way. We have the natural striker. This is a perfect match. Give that the opportunity to start. Then play as a Musa right. Then you can play if you want to play one and behind the striker. Play. Let's see how it goes. Let's play as a Musa as striker. You not play Tunisia and behind the Musa. It does not work that way. I don't even know what this man is doing. He has been doing this thing for the past 3 years. Experiments, and they are not getting results. Let's just try the reality. We have good striker, we have other boys that can play down in perfect. If you don't give them the opportunity to play, how will you manage with that? These guys are good. That's my own contribution. Thank you.
Okay. We'll take one more call and then we'll look at the text messages. Hello.
Yeah. The man should don't, hit on me.
Okay, thank you. Let's have the text messages.
Just pick up here, got 2 of them. There's a network also playing the first one here with the SMS line. But this one reads, the people were not consulted before the okay. The Boraduna, this is only for sport. Again, this is also not for us. This line is mainly for sport.
And is there a new one?
No.
Okay, so okay, I think this is the only one that's working now, so let us just make it. 09039394427. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Good evening. Alright, keep those calls coming. We apologize, it's just one line that's working, so we have to wait until the call comes through. Normally, we have the 3 lines blinking, so we just pick anyone. Hello?
I'm always very lucky with this line, though. And this Manifatomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky with this line. So I just want to say something about Musa, please. Don't be offended. You see, I watch Musa play. No goal is called from the center. Musa is a man that has strength to run the whole front. He can call from the right, can call from the left. He can stay at the middle. So the coach knows what he can do, because that man is a roving guy.
Yeah, it's not like Ahmed Musa has played the number 9 position before. And my only worry here is, why play Ahmed Musa as a number 9 when you have a natural number 9 on the bench? That's just what I'm
everybody has the right.
If somebody is injured, so you are just doing it fine.
Like I told you the other time before, man, whether we can not postpone, because our active first 11 players, they are not there. Even the other man I just went to the other guy, the new guy now, that first striker that went to a new club. If Osimhen is around, I think Musa will go back to the wing. So I just say that also everybody is entitled to his opinion. Let them criticize, let them talk. Right. That is the purpose of the game. God bless.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
09039394427. That seems to be the only line that's working now, so we've got to wait until the call comes in. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Great to have you,
Trinity.
March, which time?
7:30.
7:30.
Yes.
Please, Lord, I told the power people to leave us. I said that to watch the match.
You know, here them already. Why you not call that?
They're going to do call. Why you
not send message? If I send message now. So you message.
I never received my card though.
See, so we can take one more call before we leave the studio. 09039394427. Hello? Hello? This is the first time that we are forced to use just one line, and it's I'm not enjoying it at all. You've got to wait until after they finish, somebody drops his call, because once the call is engaged, there's nothing you can do. So the person must drop before another call comes in. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. What's your name?
I just get lost. Please, that's your text line. It's not the old one. We don't know if the so-called is gradually.
I call the text line today now.
I said you call it the once. Because this is not the old one. The old one will not interfere.
Which one? No, this is the text line that we've always used. Which one, the old one? This is the
0807400.
No, Sports doesn't use that one. The one that Sports uses is this 081-851-00884. That's the one we have always used. Guys, it's time for us to go. It's time for dinner, almost time for dinner. So we've got to leave now, but we'll be here tomorrow morning at 8. Hopefully, we will be singing Let the Eagle Fly, and I will hope that they will have one. Hopefully, Ahmed Musa gets a brace or a hat trick playing as the number 9. Musa for president. Musa for president. When he destroyed Iceland with those two goals, it was Musa for president. Okay, guys, thank you very much for listening to us. I'm Sally Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Senator Francis, Egosarek Bekan, and Lisa. See you tomorrow at 8. Bye-bye.
4 years ago, I got into Benton Idahosa University with a dream and a firm determination to be better. But then I quickly realized that I could be so much more. I didn't even know I had more in me. In school, I made great friends, went on memorable trips. I grew in character, met amazing people, like really amazing people. It's 4 years now, and I can proudly say I am better than I ever imagined. For more information, please visit www.biu.edu.ng or call 0814-990-6200. Benson Idahosa University. Your future starts here.
We woke up to life.
Stop behaving like a baby, because as you do so, now suffer, then they suffer also. Make our country a better place.
Nigerians are very resilient.
A nation's culture resides in the heart of its people. That's why, ahead of our Independence Day, we set a stage for Nigerians to talk to Nigeria. Watch the video and join the conversation on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook with the hashtag #OriginalTalk. Or you could visit www.origin.ng to record and upload your Original Talk video. Stay original.
Wake up every day, feeling so down with motivation. Turn on my excitement, 92.7, everybody knows KU FM. I'm in love with my radio, KU FM. I'm in love with my radio, KU FM. I'm in love with my radio, KU FM. 92.7 is my radio. Start up my day with a KU breakfast. Sure. Move to the KU midday. Sure. Radio Tori. Hey. Sports Fiesta. KU drive time. And I wrap up my day with the KU 99. KU FM. I'm in love with my radio. KU FM. I'm in love with my radio. KU FM. I'm in love with my radio. KU FM. 92.7 is my radio.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
It's 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on KU 92.7 FM, Benin City. First, the headlines. Presidential panel approves protesters' demands. President Buhari nominates media aid, 3 others as INEC commissioners. Renowned poet J.P. Clerk dies at 85. On entertainment, Nollywood sci-fi movie Ratnik to premiere in cinemas this November. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kadiri. Now the news in detail. The presidency on Tuesday said the presidential panel on the reform of the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS has approved the 5-point demands put forward by youths that have been protesting across the country. This was disclosed by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina. The approval was announced at a multi-stakeholders meeting attended by leaders and representatives of civil society organizations in Nigeria, activists from the entertainment industry, the End SARS movement, and development partners. The Ministry of Police Affairs and Police Service Commission were also present at a meeting that affirmed that the 5 points demands of the protesters and the End SARS movement are genuine concerns and will be addressed by the government. President Muhammadu Buhari has presented a bill to the Senate which seeks to ensure transparency and accountability in the management of recovered funds by anti-graft agencies. Senate President Ahmad Lawan read President Buhari's letter transmitting the executive bill to the National Assembly at plenary. The bill, titled Proceeds of Crimes Bill, was earlier passed by the 8th National Assembly but denied assent by the President. The Nigerian President in the letter explained that the decision to transmit the bill to the National Assembly was approved by the Federal Executive Council. He said the bill was critical in sustaining the fight against corruption, money laundering, and illicit movement of stolen funds through the banking system and across Nigerian borders. President Muhammad Buhari has requested the Senate to confirm nomination of his special assistant on social media, Loretta Onochie, from Delta State as a National Electoral Commissioner of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Senate President Ahmad Lawan read President Buhari's letter of request at the plenary. Also nominated for confirmation as National Electoral Commissioners of Independent National Electoral Commission were Professor Muhammad Kala National from Katsina State, Professor Kunle Ajayi from Ekiti State, and Saidu Ahmad, Resident Electoral Commissioner from Jigawa State. Buhari, in a separate letter to the upper chamber, also requested confirmation of appointment of 3 executive directors of the board of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FERMA. According to the president, the request for confirmation was in accordance with the provision of Section 2, Subsection 3 of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency Amendment Act 2007. The Senate on Tuesday approved and confirmed the appointment of 8 Supreme Court justices. President Muhammadu Buhari, through a letter read by the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, penultimate week, asked the Senate to approve the appointment of the 8 justices. He said the appointments were based on the recommendations of the National Judicial Council. President Buhari had also said his action was in pursuant to Section 231, Subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and upon the advice of the National Judicial Council according to their ranking and seniority in the Court of Appeal. The nominees are Lawal Garba, Helen Ogunmiju, Abdu Aboki, and M. Saulawa. Others are Adamu Jauro, Samuel Oseji, Tijani Abubakar, and Emmanuel Ajim. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights, and Legal Matters, Senator Kweyemi Bamidele, also presented the report of his panel's screening exercise for senators' consideration on Tuesday. He said his committee found that all the judges are eminently qualified for the exalted positions and that there was no position against any of them. The Senate subsequently confirmed the appointment at plenary. Coming up in a moment after the break, welder gets life sentence for raping minor.
At split seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break. From Nigeria and across the world, we would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back. Still in the news, the Federal High Court in Lagos has adjourned the hearing in a suit challenging the conviction and sentencing of 237 persons, including a popular actress, Funke Akindele, and her husband, Abdu Bello, over the violation of Lagos State COVID-19 guidelines. Justice Oluremi Oguntoyibo, who had earlier scheduled the case for hearing on Tuesday, said the case will be further adjourned for a definite hearing to November 16th. The suit was filed by an activist lawyer, Olukoya Ogungbeje, who is challenging the constitutionality of the Lagos State Infectious Diseases Regulations 2020, pursuant to which Akindele and others were convicted. Ogungbeje is seeking a court declaration that the purported arrest and sentence of Nigerians under the Lagos State Infectious Diseases Regulations 2020 for an alleged offense unknown to law and violation of same, which cannot be grounds for criminal liability, is a nullity. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government has filed a preliminary objection, urging the court to dismiss the suit for lacking merit. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, had last week granted state pardon to Akindele and her husband. However, Ogungbeje insisted that the case will go on nonetheless. The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, and his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa, have received certificates of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission. Akeredolu received the certificate from the Ondo State INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, Rufus Akeju, at the headquarters of the commission in Akure, the state capital, on Tuesday. The governor, who commended the Independent National Electoral Commission for the successful conduct of the election on Saturday, also praised the efforts of the security agents for ensuring that the election went smoothly and dedicated his victory and certificates to God and the people of the state. An Akure High Court has sentenced one Mudukbe Oni to life imprisonment for raping a 4-year-old girl. Oni was said to have committed the offense at Ifon in Oshe local government area of Ondo State. He pleaded not guilty to the one-count charge of rape preferred against him. Oni was said to have forcefully had carnal knowledge of the victim when the victim came to buy some peanuts from his wife. His wife was not at home, but the convict lured the victim into his room and raped her. On getting home, the victim narrated her ordeal to her parents, and she was rushed to the hospital where the test confirmed forceful penetration. During the trial, prosecuting counsel Oluwaseun Akeredolu called 4 witnesses while the convict testified for himself. The convict denied the allegations, but Justice Samuel Bola observed that his denial was contrary to his statement to the police. Justice Bola held that evidence showed that Oni committed the act and hailed the victim for speaking out. He found the father of two guilty of the offense and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Renowned poet and emeritus professor of literature John Pepper Clark is dead. A statement by the family said the professor died in the wee hours of Tuesday. He hailed from Kiagbodo, Burutu Council area of Delta State. The statement was signed by Professor C.C. Clark for the family and Elijah Clark for the children. Professor J.P. Clark passed on in comfort of his wife, children, and siblings around him. J.P. Clark was a younger brother to elder statesman and Ijaw national leader, Chief Edwin Clark. Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Nollywood sci-fi movie Ratnik to premiere in cinemas this November. Still on to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM. On entertainment, anticipated Nollywood sci-fi movie Ratnik is finally set for its theatrical release months after its 2019 Lagos Comic Convention premiere. The multiple award-winning feature film was originally slated for release in November 2019, but was later pushed back to April 2020. However, the COVID-19 outbreak forced the shutdown of cinemas and invariably the pausing of the second release. According to the film's director, Dimeji Ajibola, the movie is now slated for November the 6th, 2020's release. American rapper Sammy Benson, popularly known as Black Youngstar, has been arrested in Texas. The rapper was taken into custody in Dallas for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon on 11th of October. A representative for the Dallas Police Department confirmed that Youngstar was a passenger in a car which was stopped for a traffic violation. During the stop, law enforcement found a handgun between the rapper's legs. The Memphis native was booked at the Suzanne Lee Case detention facility yesterday and posted a $5,000 cash bond early this morning. Recall that in September 2019, Youngstar was arrested in Houston on weapons charges following a traffic stop after allegedly running a red light. During a search of the car, police found 3 pistols and marijuana in his possession. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headline. Presidential panel approves protesters' demands. President Buhari nominates media aide, 3 others as INEC commissioners. Renowned poet J.P. Clerk dies at 85. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. And you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. KUFM News Break was produced by Nusakai Uwade. I'm Benjamin Kadiri, saying thanks for listening. Good evening.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. That you know more. 'Cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, baby. Just sit back and relax. 'Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7